Frank Gonzalez from Cinemark Theaters on the road again in London this time with the producer, writer of Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, Chris Morgan.
Thank you.
Chris, where do we start on this one? You've been kind of like the architect of Fast and Furious for a number of movies now. How did you kind of go from where you left off in 8 to this pickup of Hobbs and Shaw?
Well, we've been looking to widen the Fast universe for a while, actually since Fast 5. We've been thinking about it, but you mentioned Fast 8, because I think that's the crucial point, is there's that sequence in the middle of the movie where Dwayne and Jason are thrown into prison cells opposite each other and just start smack-talking each other. Seeing that on the day, everybody knew, like we were all laughing so much, we're like, if we're gonna spin off, this is the duo to do it with. They're so opposite of each other. There's a great energy in them, not only as characters but also as actors, with Dwayne and Jason just trying to constantly come over the top of each other. It was just something special. So we knew then.
Yeah, that's the thing about these movies, is that you're never too over the top. It's an over-the-top franchise, but you're never too over the top. The laws of physics pretty much don't apply in these movies.
You know, I will say this. There's two things in the favor of physics for us, story-wise and also science-wise. Story-wise, we're allowed to be a little extra heightened because we have incredible actors, Helen Mirren, who land with a lot of gravitas, and also all our characters are talking about things that are core to human relationships, family. Those characters, I know some people say it's a joke because they say it so much, it should be a drinking game every time a character says family, but what I always say about that is that every time one of those characters, as the guy who writes it, every time one of the characters says it, they mean it, they believe it, and that's true. I think that's why people tend to come to the Fast films. So that lets us get away with a little more heightened. And then the other kind of safeguard for us is, I have this barometer inside me. I love giant action sequences, and I love physics, and I'll bend it. So in Fast 6, we have a sequence with a runway that technically should be 26 miles long to keep the jet in the air as long as it is. That's okay, because as long as I know the audience is enjoying it and plugged in and worried about the characters, I'll do it. If it breaks it, if it's so egregious that the audience goes, come on, and they can't do it, that doesn't make the movie.
You mentioned the idea of family, and that's kind of a running thread through all of the Fast movies.
Yeah.
In this one, you're able to kind of go a little bit deeper into both Hobbs and Shaw's backgrounds and their families. And I think that's crucial to the development of these characters and what really makes the gravitas of this movie so palpable.
Oh, I agree with you. I also think it's what makes our characters relatable in Fast and in Hobbs and Shaw. It's one thing to be a tough, perfect hero who never worries. Those people aren't interesting. What I do love is people who have loved ones that they care about, that they fight for, that they are made stronger by. I think when you sit, I remember I felt it when I watched the first Fast and Furious movie. As a member of the audience, I'm watching that crew on screen, and I just loved how bonded they were, that they stood for something. And even though they were, electronics thieves at the time, there's something deeper going on with them. They actually are these moral heroes to each other, and I think that's what Fast is about. I think that is, in fact, more than the action and more than everything else, I think it's the beating heart of the Fast and Furious franchise. Family.
Hobbs and Shaw coming to Cinemark Theaters on August 2nd. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.